Kublaya Pibaro, tekane kadai ka MTET Syllabus 2023 ka Subject Child Development and Pedagogy kabadai ka Paper 1. Tengin ya page yaki jingkeli by day bat kane ka subject haki topik baper. Teka topik banangkong kabadai pang ka concept of development. Question 1. What does the term child development encompass? Answer kadai B. Intellectual and emotional growth. Question 2. Which of the following is a crucial aspect of early childhood development? Answer kadai motor skill development. Question 3. In the context of child development, what is the significance of cognitive development? Answer B. Intellectual growth including thinking, learning and problem solving skills. Question 4. According to Piaget's theory, what stage of cognitive development involves the use of symbols and language? Answer kadai pre-operational stage. Next topic, development is continuous and a lifelong process. Question. What does the term continuous development mean in the context of child development? Answer kadai development that unfolds gradually over time. Question 6. Which developmental theory supports the idea that development is a continuous process occurring gradually throughout life? Theory kadai Vygotsky socio-cultural theory. 7. According to Erickson's theory, what is the primary task during the stage of industry versus inferiority? Answer day mastering new skills and competencies. Number 8. According to Erickson's theory of psychological development, what is the main challenge during the stage of generativity versus stagnation? Answer day contribution to the well-being of others and society. Number 9. Which theoretical perspective supports the notion of continuous development throughout lifespan? Answer day Erickson's psychosocial theory. 10. According to Erickson's theory of social development, what is the primary task during the stage of integrity versus despair? Answer day reflecting one's life with a sense of fulfillment. Next topic is stages of development with respect from infancy to childhood stage. At what age range does the infancy stage typically occur? Answer day 0 to 12 months. Next, what is the primary task during the toddler stage of development? Answer kadai establishing autonomy and independence. Next, during the preschool years, which skill becomes a focus of development? Kadai fine motor skills. During which stage is the process of formal education a primary focus? Answer the middle childhood. Next topic, development of children in a socio-cultural context. What is socio-cultural context in child development? Answer the impact of social and cultural factors on development. Next, in a socio-cultural context, what role does play have in a child's development? Answer play contributes to cognitive, social and emotional development. Next question, how does socio-cultural context influence the formation of gender roles in children? Answer day children learn gender roles through cultural expectations and modeling. Next question, what is cultural scaffolding in the context of child development? Kadai providing support and guidance within a child's cultural context to enhance learning. Next, what is the zone of proximal development in the socio-cultural theory of child development? The gap between children a child's current ability and their potential ability with guidance. Next topic, factors affecting development. What is the role of genetics in child development? Answer: the genetic factors influence physical and cognitive traits. Next, which of the following is a prenatal factor that can impact child development? Answer: the genetic makeup. 22. Which factor refers to the level of income, education, and occupation and can influence child development? Answer: the socio-economic status. 23. How can cultural factors influence child development? Answer: cultural influences shape language acquisition, social norms, and values. 24. What role does the quality of parent-child interactions play in child development? Answer: the positive interactions contribute to emotional and cognitive development. Next topic, physical and motor development. At what age does a typical infant start to roll over from front to back? Answer: the 6 months. Next, which motor skill is typically mastered by infants around 9 to 12 months of age? They grasping objects with a pincer grasp. Approximately at what age do most children begin to walk independently? Answer: the 12 months, 1 year. Which factor is crucial for the development of fine motor skills in early childhood? Practice with small objects and tools. During middle childhood, what physical development milestone is commonly observed in terms of growth? Answer: the rapid increase in height. Which of the following activities is likely to promote both physical and mental and motor development in children? Answer: the engaging in age-appropriate sports and physical activities. Next topic, cognitive development. According to Piaget's theory, during which stage does a child develop object permanence? Sensory motor. 2. At what age does Piaget suggest that children enter the concrete operational stage marked by the ability to think logically about concrete events? Age 2 to 7 years. Which cognitive skill involves the ability to understand that changing the appearance of an object does not change its fundamental properties? Answer: the conservation. Next, what is a key aspect of cognitive development in the formal operational stage according to Piaget's theory? Answer: abstract thinking and hypothetical reasoning. Which cognitive process involves adjusting existing schemas to incorporate new information? Accommodation. What is the term for a child's ability to understand and manage the emotions of oneself and others? Emotional intelligence. Next topic, social and emotional development. What is the primary task during erection stage of trust versus mistrust? Answer: the establishing a sense of trust in caregivers. Next, during the early childhood years, what is a key aspect of social development? Answer: the establishing autonomy and peer interactions. In middle childhood, what is the significance of peer relationship in social development? Answer: B. Peer interactions contribute to the development of social skills, cooperation, and conflict resolution. Next, what is a key aspect of emotional development during adolescence? Answer: the developing a sense of identity and independence. What is a characteristic of the pre-operational stage in Piaget's cognitive development theory that has implications for social interactions? Answer: the egocentrism. Next topic is moral development. According to Kohlberg's theory of moral development, at what stage does a child demonstrate an understanding of societal rules and conformity? Kan say conventional. 2. At what stage of moral development, according to Kohlberg, does a child act based on avoiding punishment and seeking rewards? Kadai ke stage pre-conventional. 3. During the pre-conventional stage, what is the primary focus of moral reasoning? Kadai avoiding punishment and seeking rewards. 4. In Kohlberg's theory, what characterizes the conventional stage of moral development? A concern for social norms and approval. 5. According to Kohlberg, at what stage does a child begin to consider the perspectives and feelings of others in moral decision making? Stage conventional. 6. What is a key component of the post-conventional stage in moral development? C. Following internalized moral principles and universal ethics. What is the role of empathy in the moral development of a child? Answer D. Developing empathy contributes to understanding and considering the feelings of others in moral decision making. Next topic is language development. At what age does a typical child usually start producing their first words? 12 to 18 months. 2. Which of the following is an example of a receptive language skill in a child? Answer A. Understanding spoken language. 3. What is the term for the stage of language development characterized by the use of a one-word utterances? Holophrastic stage. 4. What is the process by which children learn the rules of grammar and sentence structure in their language? Answer the syntactic development. 5. During which stage of language development do children typically start combining words to form simple sentence? Kadai kani 2-word stage. Next, what is the term for the tendency of children to apply grammatical rules even when they result in errors such as overgeneralizing verb forms? Overextension. What is the term for the ability to understand and use language in social contexts, including turn-taking in conversations and following conversational conventions? Term pragmatic language skills. Next topic is gender development. Berapa kini kita gini concept of gender and sex, gender socialization, stereotypes, gender inequality, and the role of a teacher in promoting gender equality. Badangkong ngipej jingkli by day but kani topic concept of gender and sex. Number 1, what is the primary biological determinant of an individual sex? Answer the chromosomes. 2. How is gender typically defined? It refers to the roles and behaviors that society considers appropriate for men and women. 3. Which term refers to the internal sense of being male, female, or another gender? Gender identity. 4. How does the concept of gender differ from the concept of sex? Answer. Sex refers to biological differences, while gender refers to socially constructed roles and behaviors. Next topic is gender socialization and stereotypes. What is gender socialization? The process by which individuals learn the roles and behaviors associated with being male or female. 6. What are gender stereotypes? Answer. Socially constructed and oversimplified beliefs about the characteristics and behaviors of men and women. Which statement is true regarding the impact of gender stereotypes on children? Answer A. B. Stereotypes can limit children's aspirations and opportunities. Next topic, gender inequality, gender bias and educational practices. Question 8. What is gender bias in education? Treating individuals differently based on their gender. 9. How might gender bias manifest in classroom practices? Answer A. B. Reinforcing traditional gender roles and expectations. Number 10. Which of the following is an example of promoting gender equality in educational practices? Answer: providing equal opportunities and resources for boys and girls. Next topic, the role of a teacher on gender equality. What is the role of a teacher in promoting gender equality in the classroom? Answer: challenging stereotypes and providing equal opportunities for all students. 12. How can a teacher contribute to breaking down gender stereotypes in the classroom? By providing diverse role models and encouraging diverse interests. Next topic, methods of child study. What is a defining feature of naturalistic observation in child study? Answer: observation in natural settings without intervention. Next 2. In which child study method does the researcher actively participate in the child's environment? Participant observation. 3. What does a case study in child development involve? In-depth examination of a single individual or a small group. 4. What is the primary purpose of keeping reflective journals in child study? To document personal thoughts, feelings, and reflections. 5. How is a student portfolio used in child study? It collects and showcases a student's work, achievements, and progress over time. 6. What is the purpose of using anecdotal records in child study? Answer: to document specific behaviors or incidents as they occur. 7. Which child study method involves a systematic collection of information from a large number of participants through a set of predetermined questions? Answer: questionnaires. Next topic, concepts and meaning of inclusive education. What is the primary goal of inclusive education? Promoting diversity and inclusivity in the classroom. In inclusive education, what does mainstreaming refer to? Integrating students with disabilities into regular classrooms. Next topic, difference between integrated and inclusive education. What is a key characteristic of integrated education? It promotes collaboration and shared learning experiences for all students. How does inclusive education differ from integrated education? Inclusive education promotes the full participation of all students regardless of abilities. Next topic, understanding disability and types of disability. What is the definition of a learning disability? A difficulty in reading, writing, or mathematics. Next, what does the term exceptional students encompass? Talented, creative students, slow learners, and underachievers. Exceptional talented, creative, slow learners, underachievers. Next topic, teacher's role for CWSN, children with special needs. What is a crucial role of a teacher in inclusive education for CWSN? adjusting teaching strategies and materials to meet the diverse needs of all students. Next question, how can a teacher create an inclusive classroom environment for CWSN? By promoting a sense of belonging and adapting teaching practices. Next topic, concept of teaching and learning. What is the primary focus of the teaching process? Student engagement. Which factor is considered essential for effective learning? Answer, motivation. Next topic, basic learning styles. Which learning style involves using visual aids and graphics to understand information better? So the visual learning. Tactile or kinesthetic learners prefer learning through which method? The hands-on activities and movement. Next, how students learn. What is the process of learning through first-hand experience and exploration called? The inquiry-based learning. Observation as a learning method involves directly experiencing the subject matter. Teaching skills and activities. Which teaching skill involves the ability to adjust instruction based on students' needs and understanding? Adaptability. A teacher using questioning techniques primarily aims to encourage critical thinking. Steps of preparation of teaching. What is the phase of teaching that involves setting objectives, identifying resources, and planning assessments? Pre-teaching. During the transaction of lesson, a teacher is primarily involved in implementing the lesson plan and engaging students. Approaches to learning and teaching. In a teacher-centered approach, the primary focus is on transmitting information from teacher to the students. A teacher-centered approach. 12. What characterizes a learner-centered approach to teaching? Learner-centered and student-centered. Shifting the focus to the needs and interests of students. School internship experiences. What is a key objective of school internship experiences for aspiring teachers? Gaining practical teaching experience and applying pedagogical knowledge. During a school internship, what is the significance of reflecting on teaching experiences? To enhance self-awareness, to identify strengths and address weaknesses. Next, formative and summative assessment. What is the primary purpose of formative assessment? To provide ongoing feedback during the learning process. What does summative assessment typically occur? At the end of a course or a specific period. Next topic, school-based assessment, SBA. What distinguishes school-based assessment from external assessments? It is conducted within the school by the teachers. In school-based assessment, who is primarily responsible for assessing students' performance? The classroom teachers within the school. Assessment for learning and assessment of learning. Assessment for learning primarily focuses on providing feedback to support ongoing learning. What is the main emphasis of assessment of learning? Measuring what students have learned at the end of instruction. Kani ka assessment for learning kaya habat ka formative assessment, ka assessment of learning kaya habat ka summative assessment. Next, techniques and tools of school-based assessment, including activity-based assessment. What is an example of an activity-based assessment in a science class? Laboratory experiments and reports. Which tool is commonly used in SBA to assess students' understanding of a topic through discussions and presentations? Observations. Different types of questions. What type of questions assesses higher order thinking skills and require students to analyze information? Essay questions. In which assessment format are open-ended questions commonly found? Kadai informative assessment. Kini baru summative assessment, multiple choice test, true or false assessment, kadai close-ended questions. Kadai formative assessment, kadai open-ended question. Assessment and remedial measures. What is the purpose of providing remedial measures after assessment? To support students in addressing learning gaps and improving performance. Who is responsible for implementing remedial measures after assessments? The teachers and educators. Tang kini gijing keli kublai sibun.